Hey, what's going on, guys? Aaron here. So the Bitcoin ETF has been approved. Don't worry, I'll talk about Celsius stuff later if that's the only reason that you're here. But basically, we have all of these ETFs that have been approved. You can go on something like Webull or whatever you'd use to trade stocks and look up each one of these tickers. So I just put in the ARK one and also HODL, the Van Eck one, and they will start trading tomorrow. So you can already actually put in limit orders today, which is pretty cool. Now, I have no idea how these are going to trade, but what I am excited about is how much money this is going to bring into the space. Trillions of dollars are going to get access to a Bitcoin traded product, which is really cool. And it's going to drive, in my opinion, drive the price of Bitcoin up a ton. Bitcoin has not gone up that much. We did see a spike when we got the news from around $45,000 to like $47,000 or so. It's come down a little bit, but I think a lot of this excitement has been maybe priced in, at least the excitement. But when the actual money starts flowing in, that is not priced in because it's literally not priced in. They haven't actually allocated that money into the space yet. There's this scathing article from Hester Pierce, who is the commissioner, and she is basically saying things like the commission, meaning the SEC, rather than admitting error, offers a weak explanation for its change of heart. Basically, why they have not approved a Bitcoin product for, I think, over a decade when Tyler Winklevoss of Gemini, those two twins, they first proposed a Bitcoin ETF. So this has been going on for a long time, and she basically lays it out for them. I'll include this link below if you want to check it out. This is what happened when we had the first gold ETF. The price was around $450 or so, and then you can see, boom, the price went up quite a bit. So we will see what happens with this. Very bullish, though, about the price of Bitcoin moving forward. And if I wanted to add some of these other tickers, I could absolutely do so. I'll just copy that, head on over here, symbol, and I can just add these to whatever software I am using to track stocks and equities. So this will go live tomorrow, and we will see what happens with the amount of inflows that eventually come into this space. I think at first it will be kind of slow. A lot of asset managers and basically just like people recommending stocks to clients aren't really going to know how to talk about Bitcoin yet, how to advise people yet. I don't know if these big companies are like, all right, we're going to suggest a 1% allocation to Bitcoin. I don't know if all of these companies have decided the allocation, if any, that they want to allocate to Bitcoin yet, but eventually I believe they will, and then we'll see a lot of money come in. So right now, the market cap of Bitcoin is sitting at around $911 billion. And one mistake I made that I want to correct in a video I did about 2 days ago about, let's say that 1% of the $17 trillion of AUM that these companies can bring over to Bitcoin. So let's say like $170 billion comes into Bitcoin, it will increase the price a lot. There is a multiplier that I just was not thinking of when I made the video. So if we get $100 billion flowing into Bitcoin, because 76 or so of the supply of Bitcoin hasn't moved for over 6 months, they are with long-term holders or hodlers. They are just not touching their Bitcoin, and there's only 1 to 2 million Bitcoin circulating right now. There is going to be a massive multiplier of maybe 25 to 50x for every dollar that comes into the space. So $100 billion comes into the space, and that will increase the market cap of Bitcoin way more than $100 billion. So a lot of you guys corrected me in the comments. I was just not thinking clearly when I made that point in my video, so I appreciate that. That's why it's very exciting what's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin. Now, in my next video, we'll talk more about Celsius and what's coming through the docket there. So the two big things with Celsius, or I guess there's three. It's basically, one, are they going to rug us and basically not give us mining equity if the price of Bitcoin goes really high? I covered that in a video a couple days ago, and I said the likelihood of that is very low because the plan has already been approved. The second thing people are talking about are these emails that they're getting if they, one, had a preference exposure over $100,000, and two, if they had a loan. So I will be covering that in my next video, so stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. So that's basically it. Just wanted to share the good news about these ETFs. I do think this is going to be very good for the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as well. I could see Bitcoin dominance going higher just because a lot of money is flowing directly into Bitcoin. But then I could imagine that, like all the other previous Bitcoin halving cycles, that money will flow from Bitcoin to Ethereum. There may be an Ethereum ETF as well, or an Ethereum spot ETF that will be coming soon. And then it'll go into probably altcoins. So even though this Bitcoin ETF is here, I don't expect that it will just pump Bitcoin and that everything else won't get their time to shine. Most likely it will, but I could see Bitcoin dominance going higher just because people are really excited about Bitcoin, and especially institutions coming in and getting a lot of Bitcoin and taking that off of the market. All right, guys, that's it for the video. I will upload this and let you know more about Celsius in just a moment.